Gita chapter 5th, verse 21. Sri Krishna continued with his wise word to Arjun, saying, a person no longer fascinated by the pleasant and unpleasant situations enjoy the pleasures in self, having completely merged himself with Brahm, that is Supreme God, he enjoys eternal bliss. Gita chapter 5, verse 22. The enjoyment that are born of contacts are only generator of pain and sources of sorrow, for they have a beginning and an end. O Kante, the wise do not rejoice in them, neither the pleasant movement nor the unpleasant movement. Gita chapter 5, verse 23. He who is able, even here in this world, before liberation from the body, to resist the excitement and impulse born of desire, lust, and anger, is united with the divine, who does not get overpowered by greed and enmity. He is yogi, he is a happy man. As you can see here, that a person who has no desire, lust, or anger, he is very close to the divine. He is a yogi person. Gita chapter 5, verse 24. He who is happy within, who rejoices within, who is illuminated within, that yogi attains moksha or Brahma Nirvana, that is eternal freedom in divine consciousness. He becomes one with Brahm, that is Supreme God. Gita chapter 5, verse 25th. Sri Krishna continued with his wise word, said, those rishi obtain moksha or Brahma Nirvana, whose sins have been destroyed, whose qualities are torn asunder, whose doubts are dispelled, who are self-controlled and intent on the welfare of all beings. When you start thinking about welfare of other beings, you are definitely controlling your greed, anger, or lust. That's why you are thinking about others. And when you start thinking about the others, you are nearing to the divine aspects, nearing to the divine thoughts or the divine itself. Gita chapter 5, verse 26. Moksha or Brahma Nirvana exists in all sides for those yati, means your self-control aesthetic souls, who are free from desire, lust, and anger, who have controlled their thoughts and who have realized the self, are very close to the divine or almost reaching to the divine. Gita chapter 5, verse 27. Shutting out all external contacts and fixing the gaze as though between the eyebrows, equalizing the outgoing and incoming breath, moving within the nostrils. That is one of the yogic process of a human beings, to introspect, to see himself inside all the time. Gita chapter 5, verse 28. The sage whose senses, mind and intellect are controlled, whose aim is liberation, from whom desire, fear and anger have departed, is indeed verily liberated forever. Gita chapter 5, verse 29. My devotee attains peace knowing me, an enjoyer of all yajna, sacrifices and austerities, the supreme God of all gods, the great Lord of all worlds, all pervasive in every one, omnipresent, omnipotent, and the friends of all beings. That is what the yogi does. He never think about himself. His desire, lust, anger, all controlled by himself. That's why his senses, his mind, and his intellect was controlled, and he is totally devoted to the soul, and that soul bring him to the Paramatma, that is super soul, that is super almighty. This is the end of the chapter 5th of Gita.